Genesis.
Hey, what's up? It's Genesis and I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to try and make dubstep with Serum 2 only. About 3 years ago, I did the same thing but with Serum 1, and if you want to watch that video, the link will be in the description below. And just to set some ground rules for this challenge, I am not allowed to use any external samples, I'm not allowed to use any presets, and I am not allowed to use the sample engine in Serum 2 to play one-shot samples like kicks or snares. I'm also not allowed to use any of the synth, such as operator or vital or etc. However, I will be allowed to use stock audio effects, mainly because it'll be a lot easier on my computer. But don't get me wrong though, because Serum 2's effects are really powerful anyways. But without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to start a new project because my default template has a project timer on it, and I would like to see how long it takes to get this project going. Let's go ahead and get some Serum 2 going. Actually, I'll start with drums first, as I always do anyways. Feel free to take any techniques that or any methods that I do in this video or use in this video, and I'm going to show you the first technique right now, which is to turn anything into a one shot without doing the drag and drop audio thing. So I'm going to make the envelope as long as possible, or as long as I want it to be, and then I will use the LFOs to create a volume envelope instead. Make this an envelope, and let's make this to Hertz mode, and now I'll use LFO1 to map that to the level. Let's start by making a simple kick. I want to see what kind of wave shapes we've got. Let's go through the analog sections. Right, let's make a pitch envelope as well. Here. LFO2 going to the global main tuning. Let's make it mono as well. There we go. And then we can choose how much we want that to go. Sounds good enough to me. I'm gonna give it some headroom at the tail because I want to saturate this up. So then the transient will be nice and loud and snappy. Let's go to the effects section and just give it some nice distortion. Let's see if we can use the overdrive. Bring this up in volume just a little bit and get an EQ. And let's also use this as the filter. Oh yeah. That's fat. Okay, one more distortion just as a little saturation. Bring that volume up a little bit. Sick. Right, I hope the volume for that is alright. We've got a kick. I'll use an external EQ. Sick, and then just shorten that kick up just to give some room for the sub later on. Sick. I will use Blaze's, or my guy Imperium, his Haas rack, just to make it a little bit stereo but not on the sub frequencies. Just to give it a bit of dimension. Sick. Let's make a snare, or I guess a hi-hat will be easier. Let's turn this into a one-shot again. Mono. I'm gonna do this somewhat traditionally by doing FM with two very high-pitched oscillators. And when I say traditionally, I mean like this is kind of the same concept as what certain drum machines did to create hi-hats. I guess RM from B as well. Oh god. Or I guess reset that. Let's do it from here. There we go. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to have a unique kind of texture. I mean, I can't just use the noise, but I want to try and see like if I can conjure up some new textures that I otherwise wouldn't have used if I you know, just used the regular noise. Let's add a bit of an attack here, envelope mode, and let's put it on level. Put it through one of the filters, and let's use, or high notch, HN. You hear that unique texture that it's got? Sounds like a good old drum machine to me. Get one more here. Let's have it be FM'd by B this time. Go through the same filter. Everything here. Oh yeah, that's so sick. Ooh! That's lovely. Let's put it through some convolution to give it some room. Let's go for a short one here. This one. Sick. Let's see how it sounds with the frequency shifter here. Oh, that is so sick. And let's make it consistent by putting all the random phases down. Sounds more like a sample. Lovely, and then I think we'll just copy and paste this for the clap. But this time, we'll just change a few parameters here. Turn off the filter. Turn this guy off. And make this a lot shorter. Start from scratch here. Ooh, that's sick. Actually, let's run it through the filter, but this time, let's have it go... Actually, let's see if we can run this through FM from C for more noise. And also have this go through this volume envelope. Have it like this. Put B through it, and we'll change this to band notch. Why not? Focus on around the 1K area. There we go. Almost clappy. Let's have it start off without any resonance, and then gradually get more resonant. Sick. And let's put it through, I think, one of the miscellaneous filters. I think all passes or reverb or combs, one of them is going to be pretty sick. And let's have filter 1 go straight to filter 2. Increase the resonance and turn on the mix. Oh, there's panning. So there's a stereo kind of sound going through now. Put through reverb. And then put it through some distortion. And then have it go through some EQ. Emphasize that a little bit and then just put more highs. And we'll put the whole drum bus through a saturator just to glue it all together. Oh, that's sick. Wow, okay. Actually, before I do anything else, I want to make this a little bit shorter. There we go. Let's maybe make some like ghost claps, ghost snares, etc. I'm gonna do the same thing here, but make it faster. And high pitch. Maybe change a few things. Turn this down as well. And let's change it to triplets. Well, that's too straight. Where is it? I'm on triplets, aren't I? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna make one more percussion sound. I think we'll just initialize this patch this time, actually. Let me take a look at this again. Let's change this one to this one. The new perk. And this one as well to the new perk. Actually, no, this one. Just so there's like some variation going on. Let's make an envelope for this guy already. Make it relatively fast. Nice. Let's make it quite low pitched. And have it FM with something else that is entirely unrelated. Nice, let's have it go through a filter. I have no idea what kind of sound I want. All I do know is that I want to kind of like give it an interesting texture. So like a lot of filters stuff. Straight into filter 2. Sure. Oh, there we go. That's just distortion, so I'll just take that off and put it through here. Put it through an EQ. And then make the stereo by using convolution. I'm going to use one of the short ones here and using one of the hyper impulse responses. This kind of reminds me of like the 909 rim knock. I'm going to see if I can make it sound a little bit closer to that by putting in just a little bit of a frequency shifter. Cool, why not? Nice. Let's actually make some basses now. I need to think of a flow first. Or maybe a sound design will influence flow? Maybe? Maybe. I've been writing in E flat a lot, so let's change it up. Let's do... I used to write in F a lot, like years ago, so let's try going back to F or F sharp. Just gonna do some good old FM stuff. FM from B, B all the way down. Let's see what kind of wavetables we got. Let's do this. Mono. Until I find a nice wavetable to go off of. Ooh, I know a thing I can do. Put it on odd and even. Make sure it's odds only, because they sound squarey to me. That's kind of cool. Let's put this through a flanges kind of filter, or like a kind of insanely textural filter at least. That's filter 2 instead, and filter 1 goes straight into filter 2. Filter 1 would have the classic high notch movement. Should go into filter 1. Have a go through some OTT. And cut out that sub because I'll add my own later. So let's put it through a EQ or not. Boost the high end a bit more. Let's put it through the what's it called again now? It's a filter, isn't it? The diffuser, there it is. This is like a Serum's built-in disperser. Oh, sick. Put it through another EQ, get rid of that. The overly snappy kind of sound. Oh, I like the way that sounds. Let's make the stereo again with a bit of reverb. Actually, not reverb, it's convolution again. And put through some stuff. This time I want to use like a regular reverb. Just have it relatively short. Clean up some of that tone. That's sick. Let's change it to envelope mode. And let's just create a good old quarter note thing just to start it off. Where are we? There we are. And let's make ourselves a sub. I'm just gonna simply put it on sine wave. See if we can skew it just a little bit. Just a teensy bit, like this much. A bit of attack and decay. Sustain down a little bit and decay down a bit as well. Then we'll put it through some distortion. We'll do it like this. Actually, let's automate this a little bit. Just for a bit of movement. And let's have it be FM'd by some noise. And the noise all the way down. And let's put the noise to color, white, filter all the way up. Stereo up. And let's have one more distortion. Soft saturation. And then let's also make a pitch envelope. We'll use envelope 2 this time. Put it really short. And let's go to matrix, envelope 2 to global pitch. And then one last thing, it will be a, not flanger, a filter. And it would be the diffuser, but somewhere in between. Like right here. There we go. And let's hear what these two sound like together. Oh yeah, they are severely out of sync. Mainly because this will be like that, and got to have some signal delay to match the main sound here. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, I'm gonna use all my delay tricks to have some flow. I'm gonna change this to 8th notes. Have the filter. Let's make it dark. I want to see if I can make this track relatively dry. Let's put it on 100% wet. And then we will have a blank chain. This is going to be the GRY signal, dry. And then we're going to have a volume macro right here. This is literally just utility, but just one knob to make it easier. Go. I'm gonna turn this version down by like -8. Go. Okay, let's make a kind of like a one-hit thing, like wah 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 kind of thing. So let's just copy that serum and initialize that. Initialize. There we go. Turn it back to FMing, and let's do it like this. And envelope like that. Put it here, FM from B. Sick. Let it run through one of the flanges. Actually, let's try the comb too. And let this run through to filter 2, and let this run through the diffuser. I'm not a fan of that. What else can we use? All passes. Maybe I think we should stick with the simple shapes here. There we go. Let's put this through stock flanger. I think that'll be cool. Sick. And then corpus, and we're gonna tune it to F in the 0 octaves or -1 octaves. Gain all the way down, dry wet all the way up, tube mode or pipe mode. This is half, rack. Whoa. Afterwards. And let's make this have little to no low end and relatively quiet. That might be a lot easier to handle. Green delay. Really short. Let's put it before everything actually. That's funny. Let's duplicate this and we'll have this go. Actually, we'll do it like this, right? On every other, this one's going to be the exact same, but this is going to go downwards instead, so minus 0.3. Yeah, sick. And let's put both of these through vocoder. And put it through wash and squash. You can get this rack for free on my website. Not website, Discord. Link in description. This one's sounding a bit dry now. Let's give it some love with the corpus stuff again. Pipe down. Here's a flanger. Everything else sounds too dry. I wish I kept it, but it's fine. I'll just do this. And for good measure, why not put this through master chain V2? I don't know why it's still V1 here. Right, let's do some melodic stuff with this now. Let's do this kind of flow slash melody. I will do the same here. Oh, that could be cool. Let's make one more layer to this sound. Initialize. Oh, I'm so tempted to use operator right now, but I can't. FM. Sick. I'm gonna try using spectral time for this one. Oh, that is so dark, dude. Whoa! Why? What the fuck? Why? That is ugly. Nah, dude. What the fuck? I didn't expect it to go that hard. That is crazy. What if I put it through Corpus as well? Getting too crazy now. I might need to put it through one of these, which I have not done in like ages. I think it does need that bark. And this needs to be a lot more aggressive. Aggression. You know what, let's do one more, just one more layer. We're gonna emphasize that tonality that this has got. Yeah, let's keep everything that's there. Remove this. And... this needs to be tamed with some compression, just a little bit. It's a bit too spicy, too peaky right now. Yeah, that phaser font just doing too much. Oh dude, my ears hurt, and it's not because it's loud, it's because I have to wear glasses while I'm doing this now. Ooh, squishing my ears so bad right now. Oof. How long have I been on this project file for? Probably too long. 1 hour. I think it's time to start like arranging it and maybe getting an intro as well. I'll just do this and duplicate this. That's the wrong one. Run this through a washout rack. This squash and go. Slowly bring this down. Drive at 0 here, and put the drive at 12 here. I can just simply like this intro is very crippling. Oops. Let's make some effects. Let's just make some basic kind of thing here. We've got this as a very long like pitch here. And let's have this be FM'd by B. And this will have a different thing going on here. Or would it be AM? And then we'll have the low end be cut off here. Do that and have it go through a wash and squash. And let's make another one. Let's have it go through, let's say, triangle wave, and it would be another one of these. Lovely. Let's distort this as well. I think it's too calm. I need a riser, and let's make this an 8-bar riser like this. FM from B. You know, I'm just gonna cheat one little time with samples by just putting like my tag in there. But that's gonna be it. That's the only thing I'm gonna use.
Genesis.
Alright, how long has it been? 1.5 hours. It's 1 in the morning. I think I'm just gonna call it, honestly. I don't know what else to do. I might finish this tune, who knows? I still haven't finished the other tunes that I made with this kind of challenge. But hopefully eventually I'll get around to them. Yeah, everything here is made from Serum. We've got all the drums. All made from Serum. No samples involved. All the basses, the layers and everything. Effects as well. I'm just going to start the challenge here then. If you want to get sounds from this project file, I'm going to be rendering out like samples from these drums, risers and basses and everything. Actually, you know what, I might as well even like throw in the presets or even like the whole project file of what I just did here. I'll put them all on my Patreon, links will be in the description below. There are other things you can get on my Patreon like sample packs and other project files and some behind the scenes footage of my drum gigs and everything. So yeah, everything will be in the description below. And speaking of Patreon, thank you to all my free Patreon members for showing your support. Much love to my tier 1 patrons on the screen right now for supporting the channel directly. And I'd also like to shout out Delta Rose, Dominik Petrovsky, iWrite, LifeX Earth, and Any10 for being my highest tier patrons. You're absolute legends. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video around. All my links are in the description below. This includes my Discord, Patreon, merch, and more. And once again, thanks a lot for watching, and stay creative. See you in a bit.